I made sure to turn everything off before I started streaming. It is a little stuttery, isn't it? I think that Stream OBS is just a lot less efficient than regular OBS. I might well switch back to OBS because I'm having problems. Not now, obviously, but in the future. Like, the fact that my camera is so laggy, it doesn't do that in OBS. It's just Stream OBS. Could always be on Twitch's end. Well, I haven't got any missed frames. I was getting some yesterday when I was doing Pendor. No, when I was doing Total War. Haven't had any today. Portugal is a player, yes. What is the green between Scotland and England? It's the demilitarised zone, also known as Northumberland. So Danzig is getting very much reoccupied. Poland is now going after Mozyask once again. Where is Muscovy's armies? Muscovy's armies are sitting back a little bit. I'm going to click away from them because I think that they're actually trying to hide, ready for a counterattack. Brandenburg's still staying pretty close. Lithuania, not amazingly. But what Poland might be able to do is set Ryzev to be claimed by Lithuania, or maybe send them to Vyazma, set it as an objective. Not actually sure how defensive objectives work. I think you can only set them as offensive, yeah. So they would need to set Ryzev as a Lithuanian objective to get the Lithuanians to stand here, then remove the objective and make them supportive when Muscovy attacks. I'm trying to think of the best ways of, like, controlling vassals. This is one of the reasons I really don't like vassal swarms. Your vassals are way too unresponsive. I mean, the way to really use vassals is actually what Helson's been doing, using them offensively and, like, opening up a second front. Just tell them to go and take other territories. But when, like, the majority of your army is your vassal or your personal union, as is the case with Poland and Lithuania, it's a little bit more difficult. When you're talking about just these tiny little countries, then yeah, you can absolutely do that. Muscovy's war enthusiasm is low. They are racking up some war exhaustion, though not nearly as much as Poland is getting, which is kind of interesting. Is Poland getting any rebel risk? A little bit. I somewhat suspect that Muscovy is going to be getting a lot more. Estonian rebels going to be rising not too long from now, and Lithuania starting to get some. And when Lithuania starts getting rebels, that's a real death spiral. Muscovy, in the meantime, is now getting ready to attack. There are 34,000 Muscovites here, 36,000 Poles and Brandenburg. Poland bringing in some more troops. Lithuania scrambling to defend. This is going to be another, I think, minus... Oh no, this is just a -1. They did not take the river crossing this time. Shock 3 versus Shock 3. Poland has invested in a better general. This is going to be a much closer battle. Poland, Lithuania actually with more morale this time around. Although I suspect that Muscovy still has the advantage in terms of troop quality. More and more of their allies keep arriving. 13,000 Lithuanians coming in here to really seal the deal. Even though the Polish front line is looking rather shaky, that does send Muscovy off packing, and Mozyask is most likely going to fall again for the third time this war. Hosokawa's at war again, really? This time against Shoni and Tokugawa. Definitely expanding rather more quickly than I was with So. But then again, So is a fraction of Hosokawa's strength, so I'm not that surprised. Although, I must note that Tsushima is still sitting here very much independent. Like, if Hosokawa could take Tsushima, then they'd be on the scoreboard right there. Like, that's a victory condition. I'm a little bit surprised that they've not gone after them yet. Like, Gotland still unclaimed, Helra still unclaimed. I'd be stunned if Tortuga was not. Nope. Betsimisraka, not. So none of the victory conditions have been taken. Rhodes is still owned by the Knights. Nobody making any aggressive moves to try and win, with the possible exception of the Mamelukes, who are racking up a lot of points in terms of just rankings. Is So a Pirate Republic? Good question. They bleeding well better be. Or I'll be very disappointed. Yeah, they are. So is a Pirate Republic, so is Palembang. And so is England. Now, one thing I want to know is if we click on England, then click on France. Is France getting raided penalties? No. Not yet, anyway. Is Castile getting any raided penalties? No. And England and Castile are allied, which is allowed, because England is not a great power. In fact, neither is Castile. Aragon is considered a greater power than Castile at this moment. That's hilarious. Also, Renaissance has popped. So we can see that the Renaissance is starting to spread. This is just natural spread. We can see... Haha, here we go. Ajam. Ajam is spreading Renaissance because Ajam has a natural scientist. So because natural scientist is here in Ajam, they are gaining the Renaissance. I'm wondering... Bahmanis is doing the same thing. Bahmanis also has a natural scientist, which means the Renaissance is spreading to the Bahmanis. Oira can't because they are still feudal. Manchu can't. Hoshikawa getting the Renaissance because of their natural scientist or philosopher. And they're going to get it by 65, so that's in 107 years. It takes a little while, but they are not... Oh no, they are using advancement effort. They just need to increase the development of this place, because it does scale by the size of your development. You don't get it for just putting development into a province, but the bigger your province is, the faster it will spread. That's just base mechanics. Oh, and we're also getting a little bit in Kaffa. Congo is not spreading it. Oh, it is. No, it's not, because they don't have feudalism yet. Congo needs to get feudalism. Nice try. Mamelukes are getting it. 11% already. It's getting at 0.7 a month. So it will have spread here by 1501. So that's about 50 years or so from now. So it is slow, but they do have the potential to actually get it now. 107 years is better than 250, precisely. And once they start embracing things like innovative ideas to get more institution spread, if they, particularly in Japan, have the open isolationism law, then they'll be able to get it faster. There are lots of ways of getting it to spread. Edicts, again, like other Mamelukes using an edict. I'm not sure that they were. Yep, they are. Congo... I might go and tell Congo that they need to have embraced Renaissance, feudalism first. Who is the Congo player? Legit player. I'll go and have a word. Hello. Legit, you need to have embraced feudalism to get Renaissance. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Cool, so it shouldn't actually be that difficult for them to get it because... Wait, why aren't... Old world, non-tribal capital. Yeah, there we go. Mali's starting to get it. Mali and Songhai can both get feudalism. And then once those two have got it, it will spread down to Benin, and then Benin can spread it to the Congo. So Congo and Kenimbronu can get it too. So feudalism does actually spread in West Africa. It just takes a little bit longer, but not as long as the steppes. So Oirat, for example, will need to get feudalism. And in fact, they've already got it. It's spreading in the entire country. Manchu's already got it. Bahmanis have already got it. They are spreading Renaissance. So there you go. New mod is working. Fantastic. Can I show the war in Eastern Europe? I can. I just wanted to show off the institution system, as that is like a new feature of this game. In fact, the war's over. I suspect that that was probably a white piece. I am very interested to see just how in debt Muscovy is. 1,600 ducats. Like, that right there is some serious damage done. Some very, very serious damage. So even though no territory exchanged hands, just the financial impact was pretty ruinous. Lithuania's only in 1. Poland has 16? What? Why? Okay, maybe not quite as ruinous as I expected. Brandenburg came out of this one probably strongest. Why have you gone that deep into debt? That's insane. Please tell me you didn't pay money to Helsen to peace out. Did Poland pay reparations? They might well have. Vassals. They're not getting any spoils of war, so there's no actual reparations being paid. Nor are they paying any. No diplomatic expenses from any of these guys. No spoils of war. They are getting subsidies from France, so France clearly trying to undercut Muscovy a little bit there. But I'm a little bit shocked. Poland has a terrible economy. Look at the Kiev trade node. Yeah, that's true. Sweden, meanwhile, going after Denmark once again. Swedish conquest of Bleking. So this is Denmark, Helra, Norway, and Verden versus Sweden. Sweden really going a bit ham. I really hope that Jamie stays at Sweden, because I think he'll do just fine. Like, he's debt-free. He survived the bankruptcy. It's fine. I'd really like to see CPM stay in an Oda, too. Although I think Oda has a bit more of a reason to leave than Sweden does. That war would probably kill Poland if Austria or the Ottomans want clay. I suspect the Ottomans will feel like they have other problems. Namely the beige blob down here. Austria, however, could be a problem for them. That is very true. Who are Austria's allies? In fact, this is probably something that we just need to look at in general. So Austria is allied with Saxony. They have a royal marriage, but not an alliance with Brandenburg. They are allied to Milan. They are allied to the Pope. Brandenburg allied to Poland and Saxony. Royal marriage with Austria. England allied with Castile and Portugal, but not France. France allied with Castile and Portugal, with a royal marriage with Scotland. Sweden with no current allies, definitely feeling a little bit isolated. Same thing with Muscovy. In fact, what might happen is Sweden and Muscovy might kiss up and start working together against the southern powers, particularly because both of them have suffered a couple of setbacks. The Ottomans allied only with Akanulu. Mamluk allies being... just want to skip out of that completely. Diplomatic map mode, Mamluks. Mamluks and Morocco being allied, so that's going to be a very potent naval combination right there. Congo currently allied with Kasunje. Ulm. Who's Ulm allied to? Trying to think of all the European powers. That's not Ulm. That's Ulm. Ulm is allied to Saxony. Saxony having a lot of player allies, which is kind of interesting. Norway, Denmark. Denmark also no allies. So this war between Denmark and Sweden just keep on going, pretty much. Are there any other human players over here? I don't think so. Ajam, currently allied to the Ottomans, not to the Mamluks. I'm kind of expecting an Ajam Mamluk alliance. Bahmanis down here, allied to Mewar. Good choice, good choice. Mewar basically being the Prussia of India, as we've mentioned before. Malacca, allied to Brunei, Sayak, and Pasai. That's a good combination of alliances. These are probably the strongest Indonesian powers. Oirat, allied to Sarig Yogur, and at war with Manchu. Oh, Oirat and Manchu are at war. Now that's a pretty big deal. What sparked this? So Manchu was at war with Ming. Then Oirat probably saw that and declared war on Manchu as well. Manchu could be in some serious problems here. I mean, Manchu is currently sieging down Yangzhou, so this is probably Oirat saying, no, you can't have Ming, this is mine. Hungary is not a player. Sweden could take Gotland. Sweden absolutely could take Gotland. Like I said, I'm really surprised that none of the war goals have been taken yet. So some of the provinces here being taken, they must have had military access through Oirat, which has probably since been rescinded. So these guys are stuck here until they can take Beijing. Meanwhile, Oirat's forces flooding into Manchu's hinterland. This is going to be really, really bad for Manchu. So where I was saying before that Manchu and Oirat were probably going to work together to take out Ming, apparently they're not. Oirat's working with Ming to take out Manchu. Milan is a player, that's true. We can check them. I'll keep an eye on that as well. Milan's player allies are Austria, Papal States, and that's it. Hosokawa, none. Oda, None. Oirat. 1. Manchu. None. Oh dear. Yeah, this is not going to be good for Manchu. This is going to be very, very bad. So Yang Zhao is currently taking down Ming's new capital. So Manchu doing what they can. Ming scrambling a couple of units together. Bearing in mind that Ming's mandate is just 9. So Ming's armies are going to be paper. They're going to be terrible. Especially if Manchu can catch them in the steppe. What's going to be more dangerous is going to be Oirat's forces. Like, I'm not too sure what Manchu's answer to that is going to be. I mean, they do have a pretty good general. Manchu attacking up here again as well. 8,000 men only. They're going to need to be a bit careful about Oirat forces turning around and coming after them. Although Oirat just digging deep and just taking as much turf as they possibly can in this war. I mean, what Oirat probably wants to do is peace out Ming as soon as possible. What they'll probably do is take the capital, use the war score from that to take the Ming's Manchuria territories, and then turn around and slap Oirat down. Oirat needs to be careful they don't lose this fort, though. That's the only thing keeping them in this war. Although these units will be exiled if this war ends. Ming's Mil Tech 4. Mongolia's Tech 4. Oirat's Tech 5. And then Manchu is Tech 5. So Manchu and Oirat are actually equal in terms of that. If Manchu can peace out Ming for money, that's going to be tons of cash for mercs. That is true. You could certainly start tapping into the Bank of Ming. And we know from the Pirates of So campaign just how potent the Bank of Ming can be for a small upcoming nation. And I just filled my mug of tea way too full. Some Ming forces there in the north. More Oirat forces moving in to reinforce. That's a level 3 general. 4452. That's a really good general, actually. Versus the best that they have, which is a 255. You know what? Oirat's general has that extra pip of shock, which could be quite significant. Any other wars? Kaiser Wilhelm once again at war against Württemberg, the Palatinate, Nuremberg, and Mainz, allied only with Memmingen and Salzburg. So they are definitely trying some moves. We'll see if that shows any success. Maurici currently at war with Northumberland and Hamburg. So it looks like England is trying to retake their territories on the British Isles. Hosokawa is also at war because, of course, they are. Should start calling them Hosowawa, as in Warwa. That was terrible. And they are target of a coalition again, which includes Oda. And So! Oh dear, if you got So in a coalition against you, you are so dead. England's in their war. Bahmanis is fighting against Vijay again. But the early advantage that Vijay has now been overcome. So I very strongly suspect that Bahmanis are going to be able to do some serious damage there. Manchu consolidating their holds over Ming, although Ming is trying to take Yangzhou back again. What type of terrain is Yangzhou? It's farmland. They would get their steppe combat bonus down there if they really wanted to shred Ming's armies and get them to peace out. But at the moment they don't seem to be wanting to do so, although Ming's on low enthusiasm. They want out of this war. I bet that Oirat is just waiting until they can take Beijing from... Sorry, I bet the Manchu is waiting until they can take Beijing from Oirat, and then they'll attack. But even then, yeah, difficult. So what are they actually trying to get here? If you go to Manchu, and then do a peace deal against Ming, if they were just trying to take this, would Ming accept? Ming would accept everything except for that last province. That's all they need. They can just peace out for this. This is then completely surrounded by Manchu. You could just grab that from them later. Oirat's done pretty good, just cutting Manchu's source of expansion out, but they could peace out. Or they could take all the money, and they could get 2,700 ducats right there, which would be a huge help for getting mercenaries. Manchu is losing money. They are not in debt. Oirat, meanwhile, are in debt. Oirat are hugely in debt. So, if it came down to a war of attrition, Manchu can win this, especially because of their war against Ming. All they have to do is piece them out. Just piece them out for money. Do it. And then use mercenaries. But they're getting gobbled up from behind because Oirat's just fighting into them.